40 grams of oats, blueberries, 5 grams of seed mix, and banana and almond milk. So I've got almond drink. I've got so that's 1 healthy extra B, 1.5 sins for the seed mix, and some healthy extra A with my almond milk, and decaffeinated coffee with almond milk. So piece of toast, that's a half healthy extra, so 1.5 healthy extras today. Oh, I've got my sausages. Tomatoes, mushrooms, gherkins, sliced new potatoes, sautéed and baked beans. And I've had 1.5 sins this morning, and my sausages have arrived. So 1.5 sins, these are 1 sin each. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this will be 3.5 sins so far today. 1.5 healthy extra Bs and 3.5 sins. Hiya, just a quick catch up while I'm just getting the last bits together. I'm just going to grab some chopping things. I'm just going to chop some potatoes into chips. I think the last thing I did was take a picture of my cooked breakfast. So in a second. Grab the potatoes. I think since then I had my cooked breakfast, and then I had some fruit, which I think I had a pear. Then I went to go and pick up the kids, and then when I came back I think I had another pear, and then went to take my son's dance class. I think after I came back I had another pear, so I think I basically had pears. So I don't think I had any sins, and I don't think I had any more healthy extras. I had some decaffeinated coffee with almond milk in the mix in there, and I had, so I think I'm at 1.5 healthy extra Bs, and I am at 1.5 for the morning, and I had 2, so I think I'm just at 3.5 sins today. I'm just quickly putting, nowadays my partner's taken over this little patch, so he's now putting the kids together, putting the kids to bed while I make this chili and cannelloni. I think should be. Basically, I've got to cram as much little chips on as I can. I've also got to weigh out the new soft cheese to put in the cannelloni tubes, and I've got to figure out the sins of it, so that then I can split it by 3 and then have that as the sins. So I'm going to do a quick little count up. So yeah, I managed to catch up with Tess SW's last vlog, where she was doing her weight update, and she was saying about how she one of her kind of non-scale victories was being cross-legged, and I think that's really great, because I struggled. There was a bit of my time when I thought I couldn't be cross-legged anymore. I thought maybe I just, it's not, I became uncomfortable, and I couldn't work out where I couldn't sit like that anymore. Then obviously it dawned on me as I realised that I was quite big by that point. I didn't think I'd fully realised just how big I was, and it's one of the things that goes, isn't it? You can't be cross-legged anymore. Your legs just don't fit in the right space anymore. And I've been doing body balance, and one of the moves, because it's quite an intense kind of yoga type of Pilates thing. It's not a very gentle yoga. It's quite, it totally makes you go for it. And one of the things they do, part of it, is to try and do obviously the the full lotus, and I can get into half lotus now, and it's an incredible feeling to think, wow, I can actually, you know, it does seem funny, I think, if you've not been there, but to be able, it's just a simple thing, isn't it, just to be able to sit cross-legged on the floor, as Tess was saying about sitting on your knees, where you know, sitting down with the kids, just being on your knees. I absolutely love being on my knees now. Now I can actually do it. Now I can be comfortable enough just to just chill out by just like kneeling on my knees. It's just great, and I absolutely love being able to go from a right down to a squat, just to standing up, not even vaguely bothering anymore, whereas that used to be really hard. So I can do that really easy now. Okay, that's about there for that. I'm just gonna have some chips in. I'll just chuck them. Oh, I should have been heating up the oven. But mind you, I've got to yet put the cannelloni in together, so they can probably sit in there while that warms up, while I figure out this cannelloni thing. Just gonna spray these chips with some Fry Light and just sprinkle a little bit of paprika over the top. Oh, running out of paprika in my jar. Quick little go on that, and tiny touch of salt on there. Okay, that can go in there for storage. So let's do the soft cheese thing. Okay, so I'm gonna have a go at this. I'm gonna bring you down, and you're going to do it with me for moral support. Put you there, and let's have a go at it. Need my little measurer, measuring device. There he is. Okay, so I'm going to use my little measurer, and we're going to use a bowl. A little bowl is what I use ideally. Tiny little bowl. Perfect. Little Peppa Pig plastic one. So I'm just going to bump you ever so slightly if I can. Put you on a container. Put something behind you so you don't fall down so easy. Okay, that's as close as we get. So, let's do this thing. I'm going to set it to 0. Let's see how much is in here. There's not a huge amount. I don't know how it's all going to go down. It's going to be proper experimentation just to see how much, you know, whether there's going to be enough soft cheese to go in the cannelloni cheese, and what's going to happen at the other end. But it's incredibly flavoursome. It's really, really, really yummy. I had some coconut yogurt, and you can really, really, really tell like how insanely delicious things mixed with coconut oil are. And it doesn't have a very high content of coconut. And I was looking at kind of because it's saturated fats in coconut, and I was looking at kind of whether that's a bad thing or not. But apparently there's, firstly, refined stuff like this, it's not got a tremendous amount of the good benefits of coconut in, unlike kind of coconut flesh and such like. But the basically the saturated, so me having this once on a Monday once a week, and the amount of I would eat if I ate within my sin allowance would not exceed the amount of saturated fats I could eat anyway. So I think it's kind of okay, as long as you're eating lots of fruits and vegetables and things, then it's not really a big deal. Right, now the temptation, this is extremely high calories, so I'm not going to lick my fingers or anything, because it'll be like, I have no idea how many sins that's going to be within that. So I'm just going to get as much as I can out of the pot, and that's going to be, it's about 112 there, grams. So I'm just going to wash my hands. give everything a quick stir because it's all been just doing in its own juices, and I just want to make sure that that's okay, not just burnt to a crisp. Should be pretty good, but the mixture for the cannelloni I make pretty sloppy, so that obviously all the raw just gets soaked up. Chilli obviously just needs a little stir. Should be pretty good in there because it's a non-stick pan. But I think just make sure that's all going to plan in there. Uncrunch. Okay, so we've got 112 grams. Just turn everything down a little touch so it's not incredibly amount that needs. This really needs another tin of tomatoes in there, but I'm going to let it settle and see how it goes because there's still be more water now. That right. 112 grams. So we have got 1 tablespoon is 83 calories, which is 30 grams. So that's 4 sins for 30 grams. 3, so we say this is 112, but if I say it's 120, that allows me to do some maths. So 30 grams into 120 is 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. Makes sense, doesn't it? 3 times 4 is 12, it's 120. 3 times 8 is 20. 3 times 8 is 32. But we know that 80 calories is around 4 sins, so it would be 4 times 4 is 16 sins. 16 sins, and this cannelloni is going to feed, there's going to be 3 portions in this, so 16 divided by 3. So an easier way to do it, 16, so if we say 15 sins divided by 3 is about 5. So if I say about 6 sins, or 5.5 sins per portion, which I think is going to be amazing. I think that's a very, very, very good deal for that. So I'll say 5.5 sins portion, and that's my timer run out on my little thingy. So I think the 5.5 sins. This is all overestimate, but I'd rather do it that way. I'm going to get a little tray out. I used to quite well actually for that position. Yeah, doing. You can also see all my messes up, but that's such an almighty amount of mess for some reason. I think it's because I cleared out my under cupboard down here because we've got a charity shop locally. We're going to put all our stuff in. That is way too much cannelloni cheese. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's too many really, but that's at least the box empty now. Okay, let's do this thing. I'm going to get some, I'm going to get it's all going to fall out the bottom obviously. I don't really know how to do this, but I'm going to spoon some in. Just maybe like a little teaspoon each one. I don't think it's going to work out overly well. But it's going to be in. There we are, just a little scoop. I think will be just fine, and then I can always scoop it from the other end as well, can't I? I think if I do a little teaspoon each one, at least that'll be settled in. I don't know if this is going to work again with, like, the cannelloni tubes aren't going to be overly stuffed full of anything. The flavour will come through, I think. If I could just line them a little bit. So normally with this I'd put some mozzarella in. I'm just trying to move myself away from all kind of dairy goods. And this was my last sticking point. The last sticking point was the mozzarella. Okay, so I've got the last few scraps left, so I'm just going to take some and just put it at the other end of some of them. I don't know how this is going to run out, but this is going to be enough. Whether it will be a bit disappointing. But sometimes the mozzarella doesn't quite fill the tube anyway, and you end up with these flat bits. So I don't know. If it doesn't work perfectly well, then I might have to find another way. At least it's got pasta in the mix. Just scrape that fully out of the bowl. And then I think that'll be enough. I'm a bit like, oh, there won't be very much in there. I think the flat is incredibly flavoursome. It really is. It's really high flavour. It's amazing. I had just a bit in a sandwich the other day. It's really good. It tastes exactly like boursin. You know, that type of... I could eat a lot of that. Alright, so here we go. Now I've put all these in the little tubes. Give that another little stir. That's nice and liquidy. And all the vegetables are pretty much cooked. And I think we're there. So I'm just going to turn it off. Now the chili's doing. And I can just dump all that in there on top of the little tubes with them up there, the little garlic stuff in there. I say usually when we put mozzarella in, there's some bits that haven't been, they're quite flat anyway, so it's not like they're stuffed or anything. I did try it with tofu, but tofu is pretty damn horrible just as it is, so you have to put a lot of effort into it, and I don't have a lot of time to put a lot of effort in, so things have just got to be quick and easy and tasty. So I think this is, and I think it's good practice for me to put more. This is going well, this is hot enough. It's perfect, it's warmed up nicely. So now that should take about 25 minutes, I'd say. Okay, that is enough of that. Right, that's in now at least. It'll take 25 minutes and I'll just go and check to see if my partner wants to swap out or if he's alright. Thank you for being there through that. It was a bit nerve-wracking doing something new, isn't it? But so 5.5 sins for tomorrow. There'll be, yeah, so when I have that tomorrow it'll be 5.5 sins. It's quite a lot, but I usually have 4.5 sins in my breakfast, so it's quite a bit better use now of having quite a lot of sins all in one go. And I don't really use my sins for much else, so why not use my sins for you know, something different, and lets me be fully vegan now. Another alarm, so I'll go and see how they're getting on. Yeah, so it just lets me be fully vegan now, I think, more or less with my food. So not with my things I buy. I've still got leather shoes on, and you know, I'm not quite there yet with that sort of thing, but I think with my food I'm pretty much there with having a vegan diet now. Right, I'm going to go and see if my partner needs rescuing, and that'll cook in its own time. See you in a bit. Got leftover veg from Sunday, so we've got Brussels sprouts, no, broccoli, potatoes, carrots, beans, and I've just got some Slimming World chips in there as well. I just finished my dinner. It's really, really, really good, and I'm just having an apple afterwards, and I'll probably make myself a decaffeinated coffee in a short while. 8:30. I need to be in bed, going up to bed by 9:30 really, but I still want to do loads of washing up because there is a mountain of washing up to do. So I'd quite like to do at least some of it ready for the morning. Otherwise it just drags on, doesn't it? So right, I'll probably have a decaffeinated coffee, but other than that, that's me pretty much done for the day. See ya, bye.